Previously on Critically Stupid.
The last time that we were all together, we were at a warehouse where some shit went down. We were attacked by these bird people. I fought a lot of monsters in my day, but I have to say this was definitely my first time going up against a 6-foot tall raven. I did briefly think that we might be the baddies when I killed one of them after I had wounded another one. I was feeling just a little bit guilty. I stopped feeling guilty when one of them threw a fireball at me and Gareth. He missed, but managed to catch the whole warehouse on fire. On our way out of the warehouse, we found a ginger-haired man, Ranear Neverember, that he was indeed previously with our friend Floon. That's right, we still don't know where Floon is. Him and Floon had apparently gotten kidnapped. He said that the two guilds, the Xanathar and the Zentarim, he spoke like we were supposed to know this, are apparently fighting each other. He thinks because of his father, who had embezzled this large amount of coin that is somewhere out there. And in Floon, they just took by accident when they really wanted Rainier. The bird did not want to talk, but at the mention of the guard, we got him to squawk. He didn't really tell us a whole lot other than he was just doing a job. He was basically just a lackey for Polly. Polly was nowhere to be seen, but apparently him and his band of birds operate out of the sewers. We thought we might be in the clear, but of course the guards heard us and they had a lot of questions about the fire. However, Cerulean's new boyfriend, Adam, was also with them. At which point we learned that the bard is desperate for both a mom and a dad. Adam was able to convince the captain of the guard to let us go on the promise that we would make a formal report in the morning, which we will not be doing. We did learn from the guard that apparently patrol had been canceled in that area, which is why nobody was around when everything was going down. So we are still looking for Floon. We are tired and beat up. All of us took some kind of damage, some more than others, but we found the entrance to the sewer, and we're gonna go in.
Dog is cute. It's true. Does anybody need a refresh? Because it has been 4 calendar years since we have played this game together.
Yeah.
True. I have a child now.
Oh, that's cool.
I am a child now. I was Benjamin Buttoning the whole time.
Oh, okay. You look great.
Yeah.
You do. You're
so mature for your age.
You're in that sweet spot where nobody knows which way you're going.
Exactly. That's
Nice.
what you could say. Like, obviously, I can't grow a beard, so I could be a child. That's fine.
Hey, me neither, man.
Yeah, we know. Okay, so let's do this. Let's open. You guys just crawled down this ladder into the sewers. It is dark, musty, not a whole lot of like active water. It's not like the sewer from It where they like drop into like knee deep water for some fucking reason.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. There's like a little bit of water, but it's not like a floodgate.
Yeah, not that I've spent that much time in sewers, but
I'm not local sewer expert here. There's usually about 3 to 6 inches of poo water.
And there is a who's first? Who is the first person to be like, fuck yeah, I'll go down this sewer?
Can't remember who. Probably
Gareth,
you.
for sure, Gareth. Yeah. All right. So everybody, I assume, follows Gareth down.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay. That's fine. You don't hear anything down there. There's no, I mean, and there's obviously like no light. I think everybody has low light vision, right? Nobody here is human.
I think I have dark vision.
I'm just a guy.
I might not have dark vision.
I'm just some bloke.
we didn't go over where I would find that.
Can I examine the sewer? Like, we drop down there before I start singing or doing anything super dumb, which I will be doing.
Inevitably.
I'm going to assume that, like, I look forward, I kind of like look around as I can see in the dark as a half elf. What do I see?
So this what?
I found it. I'm just really
Great.
proud of myself.
That's awesome. That's excellent.
Like that's
Um,
small victories, guys. It's been a day.
you see the foundations of the sewer look not only sturdy but relatively new. There's very little like wear and tear. You know, every structure that is built has like chipped masonry or like starts to degrade after a time, but these sewers look like well built and sturdy. There are iron rungs all punched along the wall. A couple of them still have like dried and charred remains of torches, probably for what you would assume would be like inspections or some sort of like city official coming down to like take a gander. And beyond that, you don't really notice anything else. There is a moment at the top of the ladder. Whoever went down last, I don't know who it was, notices Ranear Neverember standing at the top of the ladder, sort of like rubbing his jaw and looking thoughtfully into the murky depths. But he has not climbed down yet.
Well, we're definitely not leaving him up there.
Why not?
Oh, I did not think of an answer for that question.
I just like, do we need this mofo?
Like, no friends left behind. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I mean, I
Like,
guess
are you
so.
okay?
I can get behind that.
I'm like, don't be afraid.
Like-
I can see in the dark. If you can't see in the dark, I can see, and there's nothing down here but some dirt. You do need a torch because someone left one for you.
And so while all of this is happening, does he look like he's like leaving? Like he's about to take off? Or
No, he looks like he's just considering, because obviously like he's had a rough night. Like his face is smeared with soot. He's still like rubbing his wrists where he was bound and gagged underneath those stairs. And you can clearly see the machinations of like, is this really like the
Worth it?
step I want to take?
Before I climb, I guess I'm the last one down. Before I climb all the way down, can I just look at him and say, honey, is there a place we can contact you if you end up not coming on down with us?
I must admit, I do not relish the idea of leaving my compatriot. However, this has been arguably one of the worst days of my life. Should I go? Should I stay and fight with you, noble? Well, you people? Ranear Neverember straightens his spine and says, I have never left a comrade behind, and I don't intend to start today. I will go with you, but I fear it might be dangerous.
Edgy is my middle name.
Noted. Let's do this.
Okay. He climbs down the ladder with you, and you begin your progress. Now, if you will recall,
I'm holding on to somebody because turns out I do not have dark vision.
so half of you do not have dark vision. So is there like a flashlight scenario or like a torch that you're lighting, or are you just
I have like a
Oh, I
walking
can-
stick, like a
Yeah,
blind
so-
man.
I can do dancing lights. I'll put my orbs back up so everybody can
Alright.
see.
All right.
I recall. Sorry.
Katie's using her orbs to much effect. As you walk, you're moving through these sewers. There are a couple of twists and turns before you come to an intersection where a few tunnels cross. One of the pillars on one of the tunnels has a small yellow chalk marking, almost very faded, almost indecipherable from the stone around it unless you were looking for it, and it is a circle with 10 spikes coming around it. If you will recall, you've seen this sigil a few times, once in the shop that was on the corner across from the tavern in the Sea Ward, where you first learned of the kidnapping, and then there was
armor, right?
There was also one on the armor of or not the armor, it was on underneath a wristband on one of their hands.
I was so close.
So following that, I assume logic, you take that tunnel, a couple more intersections. You start to notice as you're walking, you've been walking for about like 20 minutes, like you've gone a good distance into the sewer. The sewers around you start to change. The floor underneath grows cracked and uneven. Gareth and Cerulean, you stumble a few times as the floor starts to pitch and crack and like grow uneven. The walls, instead of this like nice buttressed stone ceiling, I looked that word up just for this game, start to sort of like become patchwork in places. You hear the sound of like stone falling in the distance, and the water starts to deepen as you walk, slowly creeping from just like a narrow cut channel in the center to like a thin puddle, and then eventually it starts to slowly rise over the tips of your boots until you're walking in like questionable water. And you make it about
Poo-To-Water ratio here. Like what are we walking in exactly?
Thank you so much. Can somebody roll a perception check for poo?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me run my pooception check.
No.
No.
I got a 5. Hold on, what's that? Let's see. I got an 8. So I have quite frankly no idea what I'm stepping in.
The Poo-To-Water ratio is low. The water's still fairly clean because this is a fun game that I want people to listen to and not a gross poo-filled game.
Okay. I want to see if I have any spells to make more poo in this water for us.
I'm gonna take a dump in the water.
Yeah.
Two solutions to the problem, and I love them both.
Wait, I don't even need the toilet. The middleman is gone.
Okay, I apologize. Yeah.
No, you're fine. So, you're walking through these sewers. The water is slowly rising. It's getting kind of crummier. And then you hear a voice sort of resound through the tunnels and the darkness ahead of you. Some distance, it's really, really hard to gauge distance here. And the voice says, "Okay, sirs, or you gotta stop right there."
So it's a bit of ways, but it's away from us. So they're not addressing us, right? It's something that's just happening generally.
It's just a voice you hear.
Okay, wait, do we still have Katie's dancing lights?
Yes.
Okay, so am I still in the front? Because that's the order I came down in the ladder.
I would assume it's you and Arnold in the front, just fucking palling it up.
But even though she has her dancing lights, I cannot see the voice.
Katie, how far ahead of the group are you throwing your lights? Because you've got some range on those bad boys.
Yeah, I do, but I probably would have not had it more than like 10, 15 feet ahead of us just so I could pull it back. But each one at that point has, only a 10-foot radius. Sorry.
Okay, so not a crazy amount of light.
So yeah, been kind of staggered that way.
So yeah, Gareth, in front of you, you get about like 10 feet of sewer, and then just like pitch blackness.
Yeah.
And then this voice is sort of like echoing down the tunnel.
Oh fuck! Who are we looking for? What's the bird boss's name? It was something like dumb, like a bird name.
Polly. It was Polly.
It was Polly. That's right.
Holy fuck! It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For polished tea graylish.
I'm gonna
Polish tea graylish.
Polly.
Do I go bold? I'm gonna try and like imitate the bird that we were hanging out with earlier. We're looking for Polly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me a performance check, Gareth. Let's see.
Would that be performance? I'd rather it be bluff because my score is better.
Nah, dog. That is a straight up and down act on a stage.
All right. Fair enough. Hold on. Sorry, I had to get really close to my monitor to see because I'm a blind boy.
Just
Lord have mercy. Hi. My name is Garion, and I rolled a 4.
Sorry, who's Garion?
Shit. Well, no, Garion rolled the 4. Gareth fucked up the performance.
Okay. You hear, there's a pause, right? And then the voice goes, Frank? Frank, is that you?
What do you think?
There's a longer pause. And the voice says, "Oh, okay now, sirs. I think walk forward real slow now. Don't do any funny business."
I'll proceed slowly.
Okay. You walk down this tunnel. There is a intersection where the tunnel turns right, but the water that you're walking into that is slowly growing deeper carries on forward. So there's a slight current.
Okay.
But it falls through like a dark opening in the wall. Like there's a hole in the wall that this water is sort of like rushing into. But you get to just that corner before turning, and the voice says, "Okay, now that's close enough." You turn the corner and see floating in midair a head about the size of an inflated beach ball, surrounded by 8 tentacles with eyes on the end of them. And in the center of this floating beach ball is one giant yellow eye blinking rapidly at you.
All right, so Gareth is really going to stand here and take this all in. And then, am I the only one who could see this at the moment?
I think you and Arnold got around the corner before you both
Okay.
caught an eyeful. I don't think that Katie, Mel, or Ranear saw
I'm
it.
going to look at Arnold. This
So-
is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's an actual monster, and I am just like amazed by this. I've never seen any creature.
Do I hear
was like,
this?
does this creature look like the sign that we saw in that one building outside?
Is it the
in street?
Zoblob?
Is it the Zoblob?
Katie, you do hear this. It does resemble the sigil, yes.
Okay.
Okay, when I hear this, and when I hear him say, "It's an actual monster," I probably would have grabbed them by the back of their collars and yanked them back.
Okay. You do that. You manage to pull them behind the cover of the corner, so that there's no like direct eye contact. But you hear that same voice echo through the chamber and goes, "Well, no, hang on a second. Monsters. I'm pretty sure that's a mean word. Maybe you're a monster. What are you doing down here?"
Man, weird. Maybe we are the bad guys. We're just like going around like
I mean, we
calling people
probably are the
slurs.
baddies, but I mean,
So I just like quickly shake it off. I'm like,
Monsters
he
are-
sounds nice. I'm like,
like-
hang on. I didn't mean anything by it. I apologize. What I meant is I've never seen anything like you. This is incredible. You probably never seen anything like me, so I probably am a monster to you, and I apologize. If you want my autograph of you, I would like your autograph, and maybe we can exchange autographs. In this moment.
I'm gonna fill everybody in here. On the other side of that corner is what appears to be a biblically accurate angel.
and I actually know what this is, and I'm gonna say that we need to run.
I lost a shocking amount of interest in this poorly fella.
yes, we need to book it, friends.
Behind you, Ranear. Do you say this out loud, Mel, or do you keep it kind of? Is this internal
I would say
monologue?
that out loud because we've got the other friends with this thing, and this thing is dangerous, and we need to move. I don't know that we stand a chance against it physically attacking it. Most
Yeah,
people don't. So
Can I ask the question?
no.
Sure.
Uh,
I'm gonna ask the biblically accurate angel. Okay.
don't
Aside from
engage it.
Polly, have you seen someone named Floon around here? Maybe by chance.
Don't. Bad
I'm not looking.
idea.
I'm still like behind the corner, out of its line of sight. I'm just
No.
like shouting.
Like no one listens to me. Don't
It's true.
engage.
I'm still basically
We
in
have
its
to
line of sight,
go.
completely just
I'm-
like.
Okay, I'm gonna cut in here. The head in front of you, Arnold. Give me a quick insight check, Arnold.
Got it. I got an 8.
8. Okay. It blinks rapidly at the name of Floon. And almost seems to back away just a skosh, just a touch, just a little bit. But it says, well, now I don't know any Foon, but I'm under
Not what I
under
said.
strict orders not to let anybody pass through this corridor, and you're not part of the squad. so I can't let you pass.
Is this a creature that can't lie? Is this...
No, this is a creature that will trick us if you don't listen to me, which none of y'all are.
I'm
So I
gonna.
ignore her
Quite frankly,
completely.
At some point, like part of me would, yes, probably try and like grab you and say we gotta go. But if y'all gonna be like dumb motherfuckers, I'm
Well,
gonna
I
go.
mean, realistically, go where?
Time out.
Really,
Time out.
really quick. Behind you, bestie, Rainier mutters under his breath and he says, that doesn't sound like a regular beholder. That's not what he fucking sounds like, Alex, you asshole. Sorry, Gary, we're gonna cut that out.
No, leave it in.
Take 78. You got this.
Take 78. He says, that doesn't sound like a regular beholder. I think there is, as the street youths say, there's a game being played. A regular, we would be dead by now if it was a full grown.
So can I ask, if it's seen anyone and what it's doing here, and if it's part of the bird squad?
Well, now Dad told me not to say, so I can't tell any. I'm not supposed to say what I'm doing here.
Can I roll like persuasion or anything and try to like talk into it?
Do it. Yeah, of course.
Some information.
Is it dad?
Yeah, I want to know who his dad is and
Well,
what he's doing.
here's my concern. If maybe this is a little baby beholder, like wee little baby, and maybe that's why we're not dead. But hold up, they don't have dads.
Beholders?
They don't.
Is
no,
that like a
beholders-
stereotype or?
No. No, they don't have parents. They're made by another
Oh, shit.
beholder.
Anthony, give me like an in-game reason why this thing would, like give me just something. Like, why should it trust you? Why should it share with you?
So I'm basically just like, hey, these are all my friends. We're just looking for our other friend, and like I'm sorry to bother you. I don't know what you're doing here. I can tell we might have scared you, and I apologize. I didn't mean to like insult you or anything. But we're just making our way through. It's a little dark in here, for us. So I didn't see you very well at first. Like I've never seen anyone like you, so I just wanted to get to know you a little bit while we're looking for our friends. So like I'm sorry again. I didn't mean to insult you, and I kind of like try to just be friends with him a little bit.
Okay. There's a pause that actually like ticks just a couple beats longer than comfortable. And then this creature looks at you and says, friends?
No.
I could,
No.
I mean, I want to be friends.
No. I am telling you, I happen to know in the history of this monster, it's already lied to us because they don't have parents. They are made of its own kind, literally having nightmares about it.
They are made of.
I don't know what's up with my internet, but it's really like,
Dude, it's so cool.
interrupting my
Don't
flow.
apologize for it at all.
I'm not gonna I mean, I would say I'm not gonna fix it, but I'm not that's not even an option. The point is, okay, so before I went beatboxing, it's lied to us because there is no dad. Okay.
Where are you
And
getting this
two,
from?
this is what I do. It's my character. I hunt monsters. That's my
Fair
history.
enough.
That's my and
I don't know what the
two,
fuck I'm
in
talking
the
about. That was-
history of this monster, they're not good. There's not a single good one ever. They're evil. They're as evil as they can get, and they're smart.
Our friend
That's-
isn't as racist as she seems. Like I know
That's-
she's coming
that's
across
generalizing.
just terribly prejudiced. So okay,
I'm
so
just watching this whole thing, and you just see me like.
The eye roll, the patented eye roll. Okay, Arnold, since you're at the front, so you see this thing look at you and like again, like under its breath, it sort of like mutters like friends, almost like it is trying out the word.
Mhm.
Hey,
You understand what I'm saying? Like
sad.
Like
I'm sad now.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go more like I was imagining like in Predator when he just kind of like awkwardly mocks something, like parrots it back, but, like it
There you
doesn't know
go.
what it means in particular, you know. So, okay. So I kind of just say like, yeah, we want to be friends. We're all friends. We're a big group, kind of like a family. Like you're like kind of like a nice version of your father. So
At the word family, this thing notably like bobs and like scooches a little closer.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
Lord have
nobody
mercy.
listens to me.
Um,
Literally, nobody is listening. This is why I drink.
Can I do an insight check?
I
on this
like
thing?
legit probably just wouldn't hang around because y'all mofos are not listening to me.
Can I
Katie,
do an
Katie,
insight check?
do an insight check for me.
Come on, don't fail me now.
Actually,
Okay.
Bessie, before you tell me what you got, Katie, Bessie, roll an insight check too. Under your skills, there's one for insight.
Is that the 20?
That's the D20. Very good.
Learning. What?
So am I still rolling?
Yeah, Katie, I want yours too. I just want you to both roll one.
I don't know that it's one. Oh, I have such good insight. I
19.
didn't know that. 17, yeah.
Okay, wow, both of you. This thing is telling the truth. It believes what it is saying. There is no hesitancy or the sort of like attitude of duplicitousness.
Whoa, what the
That's
fuck?
further unsettling.
Definition?
Hey
No,
Siri, what does duplicitousness mean?
Arnold, this thing bobs closer to you as you mentioned family.
Sorry, I forgot that I had that on.
okay. So I ask, so I'm like, yeah, I'd love to be your friend too. I'm making a lot of friends along this trip. I've never been outside of my city before, my village before, so I'm meeting all these new people. So I kind of ask, so I'm like, so can you tell me about who you are and like what like what your dad does and what what you're doing here?
It scooches a little closer. You are now within about 5 feet of each other.
Not me.
You-
I'm scooching back.
No. I imagine that Arnold, like this party is sort of like around that corner. So like Rainier and Mel at the back.
Mhm.
Mel, you can see Rainier's got his hand on, I think he picked up a sword from one of the fallen.
I mean, I probably also have something drawn.
He hasn't drawn his yet. He's wary, but
Well,
he's
okay,
definitely
fair enough.
he's just as alert as you are.
Thank God somebody, even if it's an NPC, thank God somebody's fucking listening to me.
Where you previously saw tentacled eyes on this creature, you in the shadows and the darkness, you thought you counted 10. They're actually only 4, and they are quite stubby and short. And this thing's mouth is a little bit lopsided, a little bit just off the side of its face.
Okay.
And actually, as it moves a little closer, it's doing that. It's bobbing again. Like maybe it's a sign of like affection or curiosity. But as it bobs, one of the Katie's dancing lights, Cerulean's dancing lights, catches the side, and you catch like something on the side of its head that doesn't quite seem like it should be there.
Can I do like a perception check to see if these are like actors in a costume?
Do it. Yes,
Okay.
that's great. I love that.
Yeah, because we're underneath the theater.
Because it sounds like this might just be someone. Okay, so let me see.
Well, did you
13
say it was floating?
I rolled a 13. Let's see, perception. Yeah, I got a 16 total. So
It doesn't look like it.
Okay.
This thing it's floating in 4 feet in the air. So if this is a puppetry show, it's a
Right.
it's a goddamn
something's
impressive one.
It's an amazing one.
Okay.
So
Can
you
I-
ask it. Go ahead, Katie.
Can I skirt around like to the left wall? Because didn't you say it was on its right? The thing. Okay. So can I skirt around that wall and get maybe 5 feet behind Arnold and see if I can see what's up with this thing's head? And I'm going to move one of my dancing lights a little closer to it.
Yeah. I think seeing another person, it ducks away a little bit. It just like bobs a little bit backwards, not necessarily sort of like as a shy thing. are a little bit like awkward. But it still remains focused on Arnold because it says, I think I had friends. I don't remember.
Bet you didn't.
Oh, honey, did you just say you don't remember?
Well, Dad says it. I'm not supposed to talk about it, but it's okay. But Dad says it's fine. I just gotta stay down here and make sure that none of the bad men get inside.
Oh well, then we're good then.
We're not bad guys.
But you're supposed to. But you're not part of the squad though, because Paulie says that there's a squad, and I'm only supposed to let the people in the squad in.
Well, we met some people outside of the sewer who they were talking to us and they told us to come down here, and I think they were part of the squad.
He looks at Arnold and says, and Bob's a little bit forward and says, is that true?
Yeah, so Arnold looks at me, he's like, yeah, what do you know about the squad? So we can help you understand that we're part of it.
It's the worst sham
I'm
I've ever
super
heard.
innocent, remember?
All right, fair enough. Okay.
Can I cut Arnold off because he's a terrible liar and I'm a rogue?
But I like
Really
it.
funny,
I
dude.
like saying that.
No, Arnold never change.
Yeah.
Go ahead, and Gareth.
I'm gonna say it's true we're not part of the squad yet because obviously we've never been down here before. But the dude up on the street, the big bird, he told us to come down here so we could join the squad. But I'm not sure how. I don't know if this is like a trial of sorts that we're doing badly at. But
Okay. I you know what? Damn it, I like that. Okay, that's Alex, the DM, not whatever this thing's name is, who you haven't asked yet. Rude. Anyway. Oh. So you might. Oh, so you're joining the squad. You're doing the. Oh, I heard Polly talking about it. It's the
initiation, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Initiation. I also say it.
It's like after everybody else.
Okay. And he like sort of resolves itself and says, oh, okay, if you can tell me the name of the squad, and it scoots a little closer, I think I can let you in, but don't tell Dad, okay? It'll just be like a little secret.
Oh
The
fuck.
man- The man
So-
is there.
So my cantrip just like automatically kicks off and like music begins to play, and it's this like non-copyrighted version of a song that goes something like do 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 do. It's as we're sitting here and I'm mulling it over. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Gareth,
Yes.
he's looking at you.
So, oh fuck, it was
You
something like
hear in your mind.
it was something like
Xanathar.
Xanathar. Yeah, I
Mhm.
remembered it. But wasn't that the guild? Is the squad a smaller subsection? Whatever. I'll just real confidently be like, it was Xanathar, wasn't it?
This thing's eye lights up, and his crooked mouth, excuse me, grows into this like toothy, almost like childlike smile, and it goes,
Hell yeah.
that's us. Okay, how many are you? I'm supposed to count.
Oh fuck,
Five.
5.
5. Okay, 5. I got it. Okay, you can go. It's nice to meet you. My name is Tim.
Well, Tim, it was so sweet to meet you. You are just the nicest. And if you are anything like the rest of the guild, then we are just going to be in such good hands. Thank you so much. So do we just keep on going down this hallway to find them?
Oh yeah, you go. And he points a tentacle. And he says, "You go that way." And then there's a little ladder, and you go up the ladder.
Hey Alex, real quick, if anything bad happens to Tim because he let us pass, I will kill you in real life.
Noted.
I still don't trust
Amazing.
him. Hey, when we walk past him, can we see what's on him?
So he
Would I advise-
like the fit drip check.
He rocking them Air Force Ones. Okay, so it moves to the side and lets you all sort of move past because it is it's the sewer, so it's not super big. It does.
So we're
lead-
moving beyond him, like we're
it
going
leads you
around
it
him.
leads you a little bit down the tunnel, and as Tim said, it is maybe 10 feet before there's a ladder punched into the sewer, but there's also a very crudely made ramp going up. Really, and when I say crude, I mean like it's like 2x4s and mud. Crude.
Nice.
But it goes up and they both meet at the same place, maybe like 15 feet up. And
I'm just going up the ladder.
Tim says, you go up there. I gotta stay down here though, Dad said. Bessie, that's a great question. Can you please give me a perception check?
Yes. Learning.
She's got it. I'm so very proud
Get
of
in
you.
there, guys.
Crap.
13.
Okay. Across just behind the sort of midsection of its head is a very thin pink line. Its body is slightly scaled. Hard to tell like of what, but it's like green scales. But there is a line cutting through those scales, almost like a very long healed scar. But it's fairly, I mean, it's eighth of an inch, half an inch, large enough for you to see it in light.
Interesting.
But as you pass it, it sort of like bobs and says like, have fun. Man, I wouldn't want to be those guys in that situation. Hi, I'm Alexander James. Welcome to your ad break. Except again, we don't have sponsors. So this is just empty time that I'm stealing from your lives, like tiny grains of sand that you'll never get back. Thank you so much for listening to Crit Stupid. We love that you're here. We're so grateful. As always, we are playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, an official Wizards of the Coast module written by Scott Fitzgerald Gray, Chris Perkins, Kim Mohan, and Michelle Carter. If you like what you hear, or if you're interested in getting into D&D yourself, I highly recommend you go to dnd.wizards.com. Check out all the great products they've got there. They've got scrolls. They've got bread, maybe, with some cool stuff in the middle of it, like a secret, just between you and the bread, though. Shh, don't tell. If you want to end up as a character on Critically Stupid, feel free to tweet us at CritStupid. I need a lot of names at hand because these dorks get into a lot of situations that I don't have fully fleshed out. So yeah, tweet us. Feel free to like say like, hey Alex, I want to end up as a water Ganassi barbarian, but instead of swords, he uses dildos. I probably am not going to use that example, but like you could throw it out there, hey, maybe I'll be desperate enough to give you a shot. I'll put you in, coach. I'm the coach. You're the kid. You're not a kid. This is this is derailed quite poorly, actually. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really grateful that you're here. Please consider leaving us a like or a subscribe on YouTube. I think that's what they call it. Let us know if you think we're doing a good job. And if you think we're doing a bad one, button it up, Buttercup. I don't want to hear it. All right, that's it. I love you. Bye.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Okay. At the top of the ladder, there is a like an antechamber and then a door. Cerulean, because you said you were going first, at the top, standing just in front of that door, you hear voices muttering to each other.
When I hear voices, I'm going to slow up. Is everybody behind me?
Underneath
me?
Sure. It's a small antechamber, but we'll say, yeah, they're all in progress.
I'm going to try to creep up to the door so I can hear better what is being said.
Okay. Perception check, please.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Pretty good. You hear two distinct voices, male, or masculine, feminine. The gruffer voice says, "I don't know how many times I have to tell you. Lower is better. Listen to me. Stop. Put it down. Listen to what I'm. Lower is better. You're not listening to me." And then
My God, it's Dianna.
I was about to
Or
say,
Mel, rather.
preach, brother, preach. No one fucking listens to me either.
The other voice says, "Oh gosh, now you are just being just so silly. Now I'm going to put this there. Now listen, now we've talked about this several times, and I've told you higher is better."
Well, sometimes.
Now, so
Um,
only Cerulean can hear this, right?
Only Cerulean can hear this.
I am gonna turn around and she's gonna be this awkward shade of purple on her face. Like she's blushing.
Okay.
And she turns around and she looks at everybody. Oh, I don't know what's going on in there, but it's nasty.
I'll walk up to the door and stick it in so I could get some context.
You hear versions of the same.
Yeah.
It's just two voices sort of like chattering back and forth about, one is talking about lower, one is talking about higher.
We brought so many weapons and not a single marriage counselor.
I am gonna see if I can quietly open the door.
Okay. The door opens inward. However, it squeaks.
Yeah.
Just a touch, just enough. So I'll tell you what you do see, though. You see a room with two doors, couple of cots in front of one of the doors. Well, I shouldn't say door. It's an archway that someone has taken great pains to stack a bunch of furniture in front of. There's a cot that's been overturned, a couple of chairs, a box. There are two figures standing, being in front of this door. One of them is standing and is frantically trying to push more stuff at the bottom of the door. And the other one is sitting in a wheelchair and is reaching up to put stuff up top around at their over shoulder height, and they are arguing about upper and lower. You hear a curious sound, almost like somebody dropping Jello on the floor from like a distance.
Sure.
That make a sound?
It's like a wet squelch.
Squelch. Good word, bestie.
Squelching is never good.
Do we hear that behind us or in front of us?
It's in front of you.
In front of it? Okay.
So
I investigate the squelch.
there's people in front of us. I'm still opening the door, right?
Yeah. And as it opens fully, it squeaks a little bit. And the standing one turns to you. You're looking at a human man. He's got like a big frizzy cloud of hair. And his eyes are crazy. And he freezes. He's got like a 2x4 in one hand and like a hammer in the other, but there's like already a nail punched into the 2x4, and he's clearly about to just like try and hammer this thing into the stone frame of this archway. But he like freezes and looks at you and goes, "Who the fuck are you?"
Polly said
And-
y'all needed some help deciding on where you wanted everything to go for this, so he sent us in.
The person in the wheelchair looks at you, and it is a human woman with really short cropped hair and like dope dangly earrings.
Hell yeah.
But her face is pinched into a gnarly scowl that only deepens as she sees you, and she says, "Oh, Polly was just in here a couple minutes ago, and he was all bloodied up. I don't think you're with Polly at all."
Yeah, probably something to do with the fire in the warehouse. I popped up on the street for a few minutes and there were just a few ruffians running out.
The squelching sound gets stronger and louder, and the standing man with the hair turns and swears, and you see in the reflection, so this room is lit by a couple of torches, but in the reflection of the torches and Katie's dancing lights, you see something shimmer just behind that archway, just in the shadows and the darkness. And the man swears and turns back to the arch and tries to like slam his hammer, but obviously like the 2x4 doesn't go anywhere because it's a steel thing. And he's like, "Fuck! It's gonna get through. We gotta do something about these people and the thing. I mean, Sylvie, just figure it out." Sylvie's gonna turn her chair and roll a little bit to you, and her eyes are gonna narrow, and she's like, now, gosh darn it, I don't think you're with Polly at all. And we are gonna roll initiative briefly.
Oh, okay.
Bestie, your initiative score should be on the bar next to the top bubble. It should be a +2 or a 3.
Thank you.
Hey, Garen got a nat 20.
Hey, let's go.
23 for Garen.
Got a 2.
Oof.
And I have a +0 from initiative. So
Well, it could be worse.
it could have been that one, but it was not. It was just a 2.
Anthony, what'd you roll?
13 total.
All right, and Mel?
Total 11 plus 3, 14.
14. All right, Garion, followed by Mel, followed by Arnold, followed by what's his fucking name? Ranear.
Oh yeah, the lone NPC that listened to me. Y'all gonna get me killed. There's gonna be like a bigger fucking beholder.
The lady in the wheelchair came up and is saying that she does not think we are with Polly, right? That's what
Correct.
just happened? Okay, great. You're making all sorts of assumptions. I've never met you. How do I know you're with Polly?
She makes a gesture, and the air in front of her and her wheelchair starts to ripple and shimmer like hot air over the desert. That's all the answer you're going to get.
Immediately apologize.
Talking's a free action, bro. So you can
So
do something else.
sorry. I had this mentality of like confidence, like, oh, show me you're the big man. Here's $5.
She does not accept your useless real world money.
Yeah, 5 American USD in this fantasy town. I mean, I've already like folded, so it's not like it doesn't make sense for my character to initiate the fight.
You want to just pass your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Next up, Mel. Standing a little bit in the back of the group next to Rainier. You hear all this going down. You see snippets of it.
I am more concerned with the fact that Homeboy is trying to put a 2x4 into a stone wall because of the squelch of doom. I am less concerned with a person in the wheelchair right now, although I assume she's got some kind of magic and can probably kick my ass, whatever. The point is, it sounds like something bigger and scarier than even her and them is coming because they're afraid of it. And also something got the scar in the beholder that y'all didn't listen to me about. I would like to know what's coming.
So are you going to ask a question or are you going to investigate yourself?
I would probably, I'm going to start by asking.
Who and what do you ask?
Who am I closest to? Lady in the wheelchair?
Probably, yeah.
And she's obviously bristly, so I'm.
And we know her name
I'm
is
gonna
Sylvie
say-
now.
What's that?
We know her name is Sylvie.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's good looking, good paying attention. What am I gonna say? I'm gonna say, Sylvie, I'm not looking to have a fight. We're not looking to fight with you. Clearly there is something coming. What is coming? Let us help you. What is coming?
All right, yeah, I love that. Sylvie says, "Oh gosh, now don't you worry about that. Now you gotta have to answer for what you're doing in these tunnels." However, the dude behind her says, "It's a fucking gray ooze, and it came out of the goddamn bathroom, and there's literal poop floating in it."
So it sounds less like he's scared of it and more of just like there's a spider in the bathroom, lock the door, trap it under
Yeah.
a cup.
So, Bestie, really quick, Interlude. Do you know what a gray ooze is?
I don't.
I also do not.
So in Dungeons and
That's
Dragons,
'cause
there
you don't
are.
do any reading, Garrett. Anyway.
Oh shit. Okay, so there is a monster known as ooze. It is a non-brained single cell organism that has grown to exponential proportions and simply eats. That its only purpose is to eat and consume.
This is the one where, like, if your foot is on it, you start to get tingly and it starts to suck you into it, right?
Correct. It will absorb anything and eat anything, regardless of man, magic, metal.
Hell yeah, badass.
But it has apparently risen up through some crevice in this room, in the bathroom, and is pushing its way forward.
I sure hope those wooden 2x4s will stop the infamous gray ooze that eats anything in its path.
Bessie, your turn consists of free actions, which is speaking counts as a free action, which you've done. You can also move or act if you want to like get into this room and do something.
I don't know how to. Probably because I didn't know what a gray ooze actually was. I don't. We got to stop it, or else we're all going to be similarly consumed by the ooze of doom. I don't think the 2x4s are gonna work. Does anybody actually know what stops the gray ooze? I'm sorry, I'm coming up blank. I don't know how to stop it.
I think it's stone,
Maybe it
isn't
doesn't like spicy food. Maybe if we give it spicy hot Cheetos, it'll have some like indigestion and like have to
create more acid.
exactly. Wait.
Maybe if one of us ate something really spicy first and then sacrificed itself to get eaten by the ooze. Looking at you. I'm just kidding.
Would we know would our characters know at this point like what the vulnerability, I guess, of a gray ooze
Well,
is,
that's
or
like
how
I
to
think
stop
my
it?
character should know
Right.
because I do the monster thing, but like Diana doesn't know, so Mel doesn't know.
Oh, neither. I don't remember.
Alex,
So-
stay in frame.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are a special sort of something tonight. Okay.
Yeah, I love it.
I
Okay,
see.
so Diana, your character would probably know the most about this, although there isn't a whole lot of like cataloged information about oozes because they don't speak. They are very resistant to physical damage. They
Okay.
are very not so resistant to magical damage.
Okay. So I don't know if Cerulean knows you're our magic person, right?
Mhm.
With the lights and you got the lights going though. You know what? You're gonna have to do this blind. I don't know what to do.
Is there light in here? I assume there's
But-
light in here if it's like
There's two torches. There's two
All
torches
right,
in the
we
room.
got
There's
some
enough to
torches.
see.
So we're gonna have to get Cerulean, we're gonna have to get behind you because the rest of we can't do magic.
Yeah, pretty sure you're the
Um,
only one with any magic.
Arnold,
the
Arnold
only-
might.
Are you
Arnold
gonna
can
sing it to
sing, yeah,
death?
I was gonna say.
Well,
I have a small amount of magic, but not much.
Death,
That could do.
death metal.
oh,
Can
I
you like
forget we're
sing it
level
like a
one.
lullaby?
I can
With a
curse
little,
at
like,
it. I can
Enter
insult it until it
Sandman.
hurts a bit. Yeah,
Do you have
Hell
any?
yeah.
Never
Just
mind.
like hurt its
Not the thing.
feelings.
I can hurt its feelings essentially. Yeah.
It has
You
no
look,
brain.
you look really fat in that gray ooze.
Ooze.
Do we?
Not becoming of your figure. at
Maybe
all.
maybe lay off the human men that you've been eating.
And
Okay.
our
So are we
only
still in
hope
initiative?
is the magic.
Oh yeah, you are still in initiative, and I will say your problem is twofold. There is a gray ooze pushing up from the bathroom, and there is also a human woman who
with a magical barrier.
with
Oh,
a
I forgot
magical
about the
hot
lady.
ass air barrier who is intent on blood.
Forgot about the lady. I'm
So
sorry.
you have two problems
There's
to
a
solve.
lady
No, it's
with
fine.
a
I forgot
magical
about the
hot
lady.
ass
So
barrier.
the lady is not worried about the ooze because she's got a magic barrier, that bitch. The rest of us, on the other
In front of
hand,
us.
No,
she's
she's
the
got
magic
a
barrier.
pre attack on you guys. She's not concerned
She's
about the
holding
ooze, but
her
for different,
action.
potentially different reasons.
I would need to like, does she not understand what is coming?
Yeah, I think Gareth is gonna ask the lady, why are you so keen on fighting us when there's like an abominable horror coming
Thank you.
your way.
That was going to be my yes. Thank you. That's my question.
She says, there are monsters thick and thin up in these tunnels, but there is only one group of trespassers, and good golly, that's you.
Yeah, but the group of trespassers could be reasoned with to wait until after the ooze is gone to talk, ideally.
Okay, will you agree to just freeze there and not move a muscle?
Sure. Yeah, I'm down for that.
I might could help you with getting rid of the ooze. Not by much, but I can help.
I'll take a seat right here. I have no magic. I'll just play cards.
I thought you were a warlock.
Not only is that not even the right term, warlock and wizard are different things.
Whatever.
But no, I'm not either of them, madam.
Behind
He's
Sylvie,
so humble. I love this guy.
Yeah, he's great. Behind Sylvie, the man picks up another 2x4, sans nail this time, and is just frantically trying to hammer it into the frame
That
of
is
the
not
archway.
going to work.
Cannot.
The ooze is going
We're
to
still in
ooze
initiative.
crack.
We are still in initiative. Mel, I'm going to say it's past your turn.
I'm sure
and
it
it
is.
is
It's just incredulous.
Gary, do you have a question for the class?
Yeah, I want. I'm raising my hand because I feel bad for interrupting people all the time. Gareth has taken her directions to heart and is like sat down.
Okay.
And you could like take me out of initiative. He has been instructed to not move a muscle. He is sitting there chilling.
Okay, Arnold, you are up in initiative.
Okay, so now that he's sort of spoken to the woman, is she still bristly with us? Do I still feel like we're going to be attacked?
This woman considers you the threat, not the thing behind her.
Right. Okay. I kind of look around. Do I see another exit? Like, is there a place beyond her aside from where this ooze is coming from?
Yes, there is one door. It is a fairly impressive looking steel framed door
Okay.
on an opposite wall. Like,
okay. So I obviously my character is just, I'm very confused. There's a lot of aggression. There's a monster behind the door. I don't know what's going on. So I clearly turn to Cerulean and I'm like, what do we go through the door? What do we do? Is this harder? They don't seem like they're our friends. Okay, so I look at the lady and I say, what can we do to stop a big ooze monster?
Meanwhile, Gareth is like flipping through a book, but only looking at the pictures.
Oh, that's right. She can't read.
Because he can't read.
you can't read.
Oh,
Okay,
can't
she says.
Now I feel bad. I made fun of you for not studying.
What? No, hold on. I can read. Garion can read.
She says, fine. If you could help us barricade the door, I'll give you a second to explain yourselves.
Okay. I haven't done any actions. I've only spoken, right? Like
Nobody's done any action.
Nobody's done any action. Okay, so I kind of look around. Do I see anything I can use to barricade the door? Or is there like, I don't know what kind of home this is, really. We haven't really explained much of it. Is there anything you
It's
can use?
a pretty simple barracks room. Couple more cots on the floor, couple more boxes. You would figure about half the stuff is currently in front of the door, but there are some furniture and pieces that you could pick up like as a group, and you feel like you could barricade the whole archway.
Okay. Okay, so I just look around and I'm like, are we? Anyone want to help me lift up this thing? And I just like grab something and try to, help out.
The
barricade.
poofy-haired man immediately leaps over and picks up the other end of it. And is like, yes, thank God somebody is paying attention to the problem.
Okay.
So I'm being petty and proving a point.
He's still on the couch that we're lifting.
Anthony, Arnold, as you and this person push this thing up, a amorphous blob of this ooze moves forward and presses against the other side of it. And you hear almost a non-verbal hiss as it touches the wood of the bed frame and it pulls back.
It's a vampire.
Ranear steps up and keeping one hand on his sword without drawing it, he addresses the Sylvie, the woman in the wheelchair, and says, Madame, with all due respect, I do believe that the problem in the room is maybe behind that door, and I think we should unite our forces. We can explain ourselves in just a minute when we have a moment to ourselves, but I feel like this is the problem. If that is a gray ooze as it is, they have a problem with wood. They are creatures of stone and metal, and if you barricade it solely with wood, it will not come out. If it crawled through the toilet, as you said, yes, through the metal pipes. I'm wondering if we maybe barricade it with a little bit of the wood, it will not move through. And the shimmering air in front of this woman dissipates a little bit.
Luckily, Gareth has 462 popsicle sticks.
Katie, you are finally up.
Do some magic shit.
The only thing that I can really do is make it really cold.
Useless.
Because
Kidding, I don't know.
it's a con save, and I imagine its constitution would be pretty high. But
Yeah, but I mean, have you seen the blob? Like, that's how you kill these things.
Do any of our characters know if the ooze is capable of like going up on like walls or ceilings?
It is, yes.
Okay, well then, never mind.
I'm gonna see if I can find any wood. That's what. Do I see anything when I look around? What is wood?
Yeah, there's another bed. There's a couple more boxes and barrels. There's a fair amount of wood in here.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to go start dragging a bed over there.
Okay, great. The woman in
With
the
my
wheelchair
incredible
helps you move this bed. You barricade the archway, and you manage to.
Oh,
I'd like to know the
did
mechanics
the
of
lady
this.
in the wheelchair move the bed?
I would love to know the mechanics of how this would
She's
work.
very strong. Why
She
are
just
you
like set it
assuming?
in her lap and then like,
Yeah.
roll? Okay.
A
Obviously.
second ago was like we were all somewhat afraid of her.
Yeah,
Like, she's
so, like,
formidable.
No, I'm still frightened.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
anything, I'm more frightened.
Yeah, I mean,
now
she
that she's
mugged me.
moved a
She
whole
took my
damn
$5.
bed.
She
Alright, I'm
didn't
listening.
want your useless American money. You barricade the doorway. There is a single rattle as the whole frame shakes, and then there is a palpable hiss, and then this thing draws back on the other side, and you hear this sort of like wet squelching sound fade into the distance.
But what happens if we just like hit it with like a wooden baseball bat?
I don't know. Nobody tried it.
Yeah.
The final barricade the final piece in this barricade has been built. This shuddering, squelching sound has sort of like backed into the distance. The man with the big hair heaves this huge sigh and like his shoulders collapse. And he goes, "Oh man, that was close. Like I got worried." And Sylvie looks at him acidly and says, "Yeah, we noticed."
Yeah, it's like how we're super worried about this Floon guy. You know where he's at?
Sylvie whips over to you and says, "Now, how do you know that name? I demand an explanation. What are you doing here? You are not part of the guild. You are not guild members. You're clearly not inspectors. So explain yourselves. Where is Tim? Tim should have taken care of you before you got up here."
Tim! Oh, you mean my cousin? Me and Tim go way back.
Literally, her jaw drops. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with that.
Deception check.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no. I will not allow a deception check to convince an NPC that Gareth is cousins with a maybe beholder. Absolutely not. Real
We
talk,
all
though.
just
Okay. Oh gosh, you would demand an explanation for why. And oh god. Is it we mean no ill intent here? You know, we help you with your gray ooze problem. We're hoping you would help us with our missing idiot problem.
Her eyes narrow a touch, and she glances ever so quickly at the door on the other side of the room, and she says, "Now, what problem are you having? Because I've also got a problem." And behind her, the man with the hair sort of like slaps her wheelchair, like almost like a hey, but she doesn't turn around and pay him any notice.
Well, yeah, I'd be more than happy to help with your problem if you return the favor.
Here's the thing, though. Character voices. Here's the thing, though, is that if you fuck up this problem, then your problem is also my problem. So I need you to not fuck up my problem.
But I need you to help me with my problem. So if I fuck up and makes it your problem, then you'd have to help me.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is that I need help with my problem first.
Yeah.
And then if you solve my problem, then you can make your problem go away. But if you fuck up my problem, then my life is on the line.
Okay.
Honey,
And
what
the
is
guy,
your problem?
the guy behind her is like slapping her wheelchair, like shut the fuck up.
Meanwhile, Gareth is just like almost understanding, but he's just like, yeah, for sure. But like, hold on, real quick though.
And you just hear Cerulean scream, "Oh my lord, for the love of God, would somebody just tell us what your problem is?" Good grief,
Oh.
Sylvie. Just
That's a good idea.
Cool,
What
Cerulean.
can
Nobody
we do
listens to
for
me
you?
either.
Okay, she slaps the dude's hand away from the back of her chair and eyeballs all of you and says, "Now, let's just say there is a member of our organization, maybe been promoted out of the way, you know, maybe found him or themselves in a position undeserved, not doing so hot. So if you saw fit to remove this person from their position or elsewhere."
Yeah, okay, we could kill your boss.
Like remove, wink, wink. Like a
No, hey, well, no. Oh gosh, just hang on a second.
Are we
Nobody said kill. You
unaliving
said
somebody?
kill. I didn't.
I
didn't
said
say-
unalive.
like yeah, I get what you're saying. We'll kill your boss. We get it.
Let's just say that there's a member of our organization that's been making some decisions that we don't all democratically see eye to eye with, and yeah, I think it would be best for everybody if they were reassigned.
who are we reassigning?
Behind her, you hear the guy hiss, "Hey, psst, you can't talk about the mushroom that way."
You just said the mushroom. Honey, who in the world is the mushroom? Because I can guarantee you, I'm not going to go step on a mushroom for you if you think that's your boss.
I also have some ideas. 1, smear campaign. 2, blackmail.
Drugs.
3, drugs.
I've
4,
done many things with mushrooms, but smear them.
4
No.
is murder.
Or blackmail.
Would we
Um,
include you can prepare them as a dish?
She looks again at the door at the other end of the room and says, "Now listen, I've said as much as I'm willing to say. If you can give me your assurances that you can handle my problem, I see no reason why you shouldn't walk right on through that door and then never ever come back down here."
Well,
Right.
hold on. That was not quite. Yeah, close enough. Whatever, that works.
And I'm just like, "Shh, let's go through the door. Let's go. Let's roll. Everybody, let's go. Let's go. Let's go." Just like a mom in a Walmart trying to get like 12 kids. to watch.
I was thinking like
Can I ask?
like a teacher on a field
Can I
trip.
ask about
Like
the
single
mushroom?
file, everybody. Single
That's what
file.
I'm not gonna. Why are we
Look,
agreeing to
she-
take out a
because
mushroom that we know nothing
She's
about?
giving us free passage. Let's go.
Okay. So as she's trying to herd
am
all of the
flooding.
cats, I kind of
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say like,
You're being dragged along, but you can like throw some stuff over your shoulder.
yeah. So
as
I'm
you're-
just like, what is this mushroom? Is it a real mushroom? Big mushroom? Is it edible?
Yeah, is
I'm
it
just
is
like-
it the poison mushroom, the drug mushroom, or the food mushroom? Which is it? It's very important.
Okay, do
it's
I need
one-
to
it-
make a strength check to see if I can just
It's-
like manhandle them through this doorway?
It is 2/3 of those options, Gareth.
Oh, whoa, fun.
Okay, so Katie, you open the door. You got it. You did it. On the other side of this door is a long, well-lit chamber. At one end is a raised platform. It almost looks like a stage, but there's no curtains or anything like that. There's a big chair, and there's a creature sitting in the chair. It is about 30 feet away from you. It's humanoid, it's large, and it's sitting very still. Your eye, however, is caught in the middle of this room, where in another smaller chair, a human is bound and gagged, while a huge, muscled half-orc in tattered robes is screaming at it. Tell me where the horde is.